Recent anti-Semitic incidents in the US have led the radical alt-left media to blame it on one person and one person only, Donald J. Trump. It's absurd to blame anti-Semitism on one of the most pro-Israel US presidents ever. But this is just the latest attack strategy by the lefty media in sync with the radical left and sore loser Democrats. As a Jewish woman, and a very proud one, let me tell you this. The main reason for anti-Semitism in America, in my eyes, are the wealthy radical alt-left organizations, and they're playing a very dangerous game. They create, distribute, and sponsor hatred against Israel and Jews on a daily basis anyway. But they've accelerated this to a whole new evil level, just to pin it on Trump. To support my theory, ask yourself, who benefits the most from these anti-Semitic attacks? Well, obviously not Trump, definitely not Jews, and not even the infamous KKK. The only ones who could possibly gain from this are the extreme radical left activists and organizations who get paid millions of dollars to riot, attack, and do the dirty work for their wealthy sponsors. So next time you hear about an anti-Semitic attack, try and not look at the jar, but at what's going on inside it, and ask yourselves, what kind of evil, sick people create a whole new wave of sponsored anti-Semitism to serve their political agendas? The last time this happened, it ended in a Holocaust.
Well, we just heard your view about anti-Semitism and the latest attacks on Jewish targets. I should say that I'm shocked by what you say. I mean, I think, first of all, you know, to talk about wealthy sponsors, perhaps you don't know American terms so much, but that's exactly...
I think I know.
That's
don't
exactly
criticize
the terms.
my English, thank you very much.
It's not your English, it's
not
your knowledge.
More worse than you calling Menachem Begin a traitor in the eyes of the Likud party today, but
look,
that's okay.
Can I speak, please?
There you go.
Don't interrupt me. To speak about wealthy sponsors, that's anti-Semitic. That's how anti-Semites in America relate to American Jews. Now, instead of saying, look, there's a problem here, nobody blames Donald Trump for being an anti-Semite. But it's not a mystery that some of his supporters, not all of his supporters, not most of his supporters, are from the most radical right elements within the American society,
yeah,
and some of them are anti-Semites.
Israel.
For instance, if you
can't take the entire time.
No, I'm not taking the entire time, but please let me finish the sentence.
You're talking about time, but you don't have it.
For you to give a free card to the KKK as you just did, for you to not to acknowledge, to invent a term like alt-left when the alt-right used the hand like Nazis. That's, I don't know what you're trying to do here, but it's totally crazy.
The public can't see the other side when the other one is reading the monologue. And while I was reading my monologue, you demanded for me to stop it, and I didn't agree because you are not the police thoughts telling me what to say.
But I won't give legitimacy to such hatred and defamation.
Let me finish. You finished? You just spoke for more than 30 seconds. Listen to me. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's not a theory. It's a fact that people like George Soros, like J Street, like B'Tselem,
all Jews.
like
that's anti-Semitic what you're just doing.
You didn't
that's
even let me.
anti-Semitic.
I will not talk if you won't let me finish. You finished your sentence. This is very rude what you're doing.
Please.
All organizations that are being run by Jews, what they're doing all day is create incitement against Israel. When you have organizations like that being run by Jews, there is no surprise when the president itself, Donald Trump itself, said today that he won't be surprised that these anti-Semitic attacks are coming from the Jewish community itself. And you won't see, let me finish, and you won't see the right-wing Republicans, Jews, going out against this statement because...
Of course they do.
Because,
all of them do.
Because you won't let me finish, so I will yell.
You are now...
Then you say that I'm yelling. Let me finish my sentence. In the end of the day, the only people that are inciting against Jews are the self-hating Jews themselves in America.
Are you blind?
No, you are blind.
Didn't you see what happened in the Jewish graveyards? Did you hear about the bomb threats?
He's the source
you are totally
of all
blind
evil. Max
because you support Trump.
David
I'm not blaming Trump.
Like
Nobody's blaming Trump. It's his supporters.
No, I'm not blaming Trump.
No, you're
what
blaming
supporters?
You are using anti-Semitic lines now. It's crazy. You yourself are using
calling
that.
me anti-Semitic as the right-wing Jew, it's pathetic. You don't feel pathetic?
But you're using anti-Semitic terms by talking about wealthy Jews and all that. That's anti-Semitic.
Wealthy left Jews. When you see
that term is anti-Semitic.
George Soros, the head.
No American would ever use such a term.
The person who sponsors New Israel Fund, who is, for me, the source of all evil in the world.
So we're going to deal again with your biggest idol, Donald Trump.
He's not my biggest idol. He's the president of America. So I think
he is the president of the United States of America.
He's not an American idol. He's not a singer or an actor.
No, he's not an American idol. I said he's your idol.
He's a lot of people's idol.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that. Okay. But you're amongst them.
Right? I never call anyone an idol
good,
besides God.
Because, that's good.
That's my only idol.
That's
but
good.
I
agree with you.
respect people and admire them.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So the person you respect and admire, Donald Trump, keeps getting, how would I say it, from scandal to scandal. He had his former, of course, he blamed everyone, but he had to sack his former national security advisor. Now it seems like Jeff Sessions, his minister for what is the
Homeland Security.
Is it Homeland Security? I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure either. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Uli.
Yeah. All around the ties with Putin's Russia. And we know for a fact that, he's the first leader of the Republican Party who hails Putin and so on and so forth. I'm, by the way, happy that Sessions is going home because this guy had really bad racist remarks in the past. So it's good that this guy's going home, being responsible for dealing with immigrants and all that. But still, don't you fear that there is maybe something there that needs to be looked at? Okay,
so let me tell you this. How long is Trump in admission now? A month? It's closing a month? Okay. So I think that let's say a month and a half. I think that what he did so far is not only admirable, but is big achievements. What he promised to his public, and it doesn't matter if you agree with his public or not, but what he promised to his public, he's been making sure to provide one thing after another. I'm not worried about those things. This is a new government. He's a new president. It will take time to find the right team to assemble. What I am happy about is the speech that we saw yesterday that was not only a wonderful, very presidential speech by Donald Trump.
That's true.
But, for me, it was, there was a little part that was happy in me to see all the media, the mainstream media that usually bash Trump.
You see, it's easy. Once it's presidential,
no, but I'll tell you
he gets all the applause.
Yeah, that he was very presidential, I know.
That's true.
But for me, I didn't need that speech to say that Trump was presidential. You know why? Because for me, what is Trump all about? He's about talking to the people, being a part of the people, talking on the same level as the people.
So being obnoxious is being part of the people?
No, to be real, to not be politically correct, to not be fake, to not be a hypocrite. Be real. Promise the people what he wants, give it to him, and say it like he's one of them. And he is one of them.
Yeah, but
and for me, that's all it is.
I think what he's maybe started this week with his congressional speech is a good direction. I hope he'll follow it. He can be a right-winger and promote his ideology.
So for you people, it's all about the way he speaks and his tone?
No, yes, it's part of it. Being leader is also being leader of the whole nation, not only small parts of it.
He always said he's the leader of the whole nation.
He said it, but
the left are the ones that choose to pin him.
But he highlights specific people whom he is against.
Highlighting.
And by the way, I'm not sure how long it will last. I really, truly, as a citizen of the world, I really hope that Donald Trump would be like he was this week in the Congress and then not like in Twitter.
Listen, in the end of the day, highlighting those issues that bothers you are the same promises that he makes to the people.
Also depends how.
The illegal immigration people. You know, he never said it in a bad way. He said it in the way that people wanted to hear it. But
Who
you
are
guys...
those people?